Not yet, but I want to so badly. Oh, I forgot everything that I was going to. Okay, so we are missing Paige this evening, but we are ready to get into it. What was my opening going to be? It was probably going to be something um, fantastical.
Well, we've got the job offer from the alliteration.
Well, we
I
have
think
two
first we're
job
going.
offers.
I think first we're going to start off with um, with the with kind of getting back and some reactions from from old boy. But we're gonna
From
start off
drunks or from who?
with drunks. Yeah.
Okay.
So let's see. We are on episode 3. It is 7 days until Restoration Day. People are already starting to buy their restoration spheres for 50 gold. Um,
Where are they buying them from?
they are buying them from vendors on the street. Um, and
50 gold. What's in
so
a restoration pack?
image shown to selected players. No, I want you to show it to all players. Why isn't it showing to show the players? Huh. Wow, everything's working just snazzy. So if you guys can look over here. So what these restoration spheres are, they are essentially like little cloth uh little cloth balls that have been um sprinkled with lapis stone dust, and so they will actually float. But then included in the sphere, you also get a light cantrip. So when it floats up into the air, it actually it actually illuminates. You have to. There's a weight inside of the sack that you take out, and then it will start to float for you. What people do with these though is they actually put, so it's kind of like a scapegoat, or the sacrifice, but you are looking at what it is that has happened over the last 6 years, and whether it's accomplishments that lead to pride, or grievances that you're holding against somebody, or hurts that you're holding on to, or things that you haven't forgiven for, or things that you haven't forgiven yourself for, ways that you have wronged other individuals, and identifying what motives there were for that, and you focus that all onto this sphere, and everybody all at once lets them go. And during this time, there is there is also um, at around midnight of Restoration Day, a anti magic field washes outside of the wilds and spreads over all of Anthropia. And when that happens, all of these things that have floated up and are being let go uh, drop into the sea, and it makes this amazing sound. Everybody cheers and knows that they are now uh, starting with a clean slate going into the next 6 years, and what it is that they're going to focus on as far as the 4 pillars of goodness that they are going to seek out in order to make sure to keep the evil slumbering, because the corruption that the the magi all preach that if that the more that there is that the more that there is conflict, the more that there is bloodshed that isn't happening from the monsters that are coming from the west, but are instead, interpersonal conflicts, murder, even just bickering and arguing. These are all fuel for a corruption that can degrade the magic that is holding um, evil in slumber. So uh, all of so right now, with 7 days left until Restoration Day, you can get one of these spheres for 50 gold, and they will up to double in price the day prior. Um, the day of, the only place that you're going to be able to get one is through a scalper, who might still have some the day of, but you'd be able to fetch as much as 200 gold per, because there's those individuals that just expect uh, that they'll have one available to them and they're willing to pay for it.
Very
The-
smart enough. Scalp ticket.
We have-
/ restoration order.
Well, we have 200 gold right now. We can just buy it.
The
Yeah.
city guards are always on the hunt for such scalpers because all proceeds of Sphere sales are supposed to go toward the defense of the people, which is the keepers and then the magicologists that actually create those that protect against uh, the uh, the forces of evil,
What do
essentially.
you think Drunks feels about that? I
So
bet Drunks doesn't care as much.
there has been so much growing unrest in Anthro. More reports of bandits and pirates, not to mention the false imprisonment and vitriol against 6 people who are charged as terrorists, accused of the highest crimes of killing a patriarch, the deaths of several high magi, and mass murder. So there
that
is
funny?
a need for forgiveness and putting away grudges, and calls for and to put away the calls for retribution and restitution for those grievances. The Magi assured the public that this growing unrest and conflict could awaken the Evil Mother, and that they need for all people to restore their commitment to the 4 pillars is even more important. 4 pillars being truth, joy, order, and faith. That all anthropes must turn away from lies, hate, chaos, and fear. That these will only serve to corrupt the powers that keep the keeper in slumber. More attacks on the western border. This is what the Magi always say, though, especially when the conflict is a threat to their power and influence. So, we are right now.
I do not.
This is exactly what.
This is what it's.
Where people
What's
warn you
Toshland?
about something that's going to take away their own power, but they
No,
put
no,
it in
no, no,
a...
no. Like the day of it that we're talking about
Yeah,
is literally Toshland, where the Jewish people will go out
every
to-
6 years, or
no,
what?
like,
Or
every year at Rosh Hashanah,
yeah.
you go out to a body of water and you cast your sins into that water. That's literally what we do every year.
You know what?
This is getting ready to get into Yom Kippur, the Day of Atonement afterwards.
You know what? You know what upsets me is when I make up something completely and totally unique, and the Jewish people steal it. I think that's bullshit. But
I feel so uncomfortable with this conversation right now.
all right, so
My backpack I've had for a long time.
So, well, and what's funny too is that I also started watching Arcane season 2. If you ever watched Arcane, the series, freaking amazing. Except for if you have daughters, and then you feel really
That's no fun.
bad.
Don't watch 80s like movies.
No, not that piece. It's that it. You know how the trope is
It's a
usually
movie or a
two.
series?
It's a series. You know how it's usually a trope of 2 brothers fighting and going to war against each other, essentially.
Sure.
Okay, so in this one, it's 2 sisters. Or yeah, and it's hard for somebody that has 3 daughters, especially. Either one of them could be
Does it bring
the good one, and either
does
one
it
of them
bring
could be the
more
bad.
reality to it?
Yes, the same way that watching or playing The Last of Us brought reality to it. I don't know how many people I killed in that hospital, but it was a lot. So, let's go ahead and we are in the titillating tortoise. We have individuals in there. We've got drunks. Eliza's in there. The other patrons are not. There is also an individual that you do not immediately recognize.
That's that Timothy Oliphant looking guy.
Timothy Oliphant looking guy. Oliphant? What does this say? J.R.R.
Wanted?
Token Elephant?
No, he looks more like.
Is that not how you say his name?
Well, that is how you say his name.
So wait, I wasn't wrong, and
Yeah,
Nick
I'm
took
dumb.
a shot at me anyway.
Yeah, I no, I just was
Look, I
taking
don't
a
care, Dungeon Master.
I was taking a
I
shot
get this is your house.
at the elephant. So
I loved him in oh, why am I blanking on this? The Good Place.
all right, so
It's part of the Raven Tree Trio.
so
Good call.
Yeah,
while-
that's not who he actually looks like.
yeah, you can go ahead and figure out who my AI character actually looks like.
What was the show with the post-apocalyptic, based on a video game? I can't remember.
The Last of Us?
No,
Yes.
no.
Pedro Pascal?
No, no, no,
Nothing
no,
like
no,
that.
no, 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 no. It's the one where
In all
the
respect,
ghoul-
fuck
Walking
off.
Dead?
You're
No.
wrong.
Oh wait, you're gonna be thinking of some off the wall
no,
freaking
it's-
undead.
He's not.
He's not.
That's
It
why
was-
that's why he's
it's
struggling
on-
with the information.
It's on Amazon Prime.
Quit trying to throw him off.
It's a video game I've never played. Fallout.
Fallout.
Yeah, it's the ghoul from Fallout.
Oh yeah.
There you go. Without a nose. Or with a nose,
oh,
I
he's
should say.
good.
I
That's a really good one.
yeah, that's what it looks like.
He was a TV actor.
Yeah.
And then he's like, no, I'm not okay with this. And then they got shut out from like the actual bunkers.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. No. 100%. I
All
see
right.
it. I still see Timothy Oliphant.
Well, yeah, you can see it. I mean, it's any of it.
No. What I want you to say is we're both right.
Isn't that what I just said?
Not really.
Not enough.
Not enough to make me feel okay. Hey man, that new suit? That's really great.
Really? I got married in this suit.
That's fantastic.
It's a three-piece suit with a vest, but I don't like it.
All
I
right.
like the best.
I am so tired of having
Problem
technical
is, You wear the
difficulties.
jacket for a little bit. Don't know about you. Me, get out. And I'm like, buddy, now I'm not taking this off.
Not
You
I-
lucky?
Well, part of
Son
it is
of a
I know
gun.
how to layer properly, but it doesn't fit up. So
That's the most passive aggressive thing you ever could have said.
I know.
Wow.
I really hope you don't like walk up the steps and sprain your ankle.
I learned that.
Nothing horrible.
I learned that
Just
in,
enough to make you uncomfortable for a couple weeks.
I learned
and then you
that
can think
at
about it.
Living History Farm.
All right. So as we continue,
It's all
you
about
have
layering.
brought Knox back home. She
Well, no, we didn't
is-
bring Lox home. We brought the
Knox. Oh, you brought the serum home.
we brought
Yes.
the serum home,
Mhm.
and hopefully, with the blood of the Rat King, and hopefully giving that
Vermin.
to
Vermin.
Vermin King.
Yep.
That that has healed her. We got 200 gold from Eliza, right?
Correct.
And we got off the
So Eliza has actually returned from the, wherever she has to get her reward money from, and is bringing it back. Drunks has been in the other room with Knox for a while. Comes out, kind of wiping off his brow, and says she's gonna be okay, folks. It's gonna be all right. All right, everything's great job. The three of you did a great job. Thank you very much.
at this time.
Hold on.
All right.
Who's for you?
I like it. I like it. All right. So, I got to take care of this. I have your 200 gold, and then through the door comes bursting the most bombastic individual, and he's like, "Hey, the lady's already gone. Damn it! Who do I got to talk to about information for this girl right here? Because I know her. I know her. I can give you all the details you want." And Eliza turns around, and we already have the information that she has a twin sister. The woman that you have been... Yeah, I got all the information. I know exactly which hand she wipes with. All right? What is she like? I bet she's like under investigation for what? Letting loose a bunch of critters from a zoo or something. No, she's a wanted. Remember, it's not Lavinia. That is not the person who's Lavinia. I had to give her the information that she is obviously a twin. She did not know who her family was, and seemed quite distressed at the information. All right, well, I was hoping they hadn't left yet, so. Drunks, you wanted to talk to me? Yeah, I did. But Drunks looks over at you, and we're gonna be talking about what the whole adventure was at the Raven Tree Manor. I got a feeling based on the way that you're looking, you're interested in that kind of information too. I got a lot of stuff to do here at the bar, but I got freaking great ears if you can't tell. Right? So if you want to, why don't you talk to him, ask him some questions, and I'll just be listening in. Sound like a plan?
Sounds good to me.
So wait, I'm gonna be answering your questions. You look like a serious fella. And did you know that you have like a flying kitten-sized man next to you?
Figured it out. He seems okay.
I was like, hey, that's swaddling, that's for sure. So what is it that you would like to know?
First thing I'm gonna do, just because I'm gonna be obnoxious, kind of show off. I'm gonna put the Vermin King crown on.
Yeah.
What happens?
Oh, go ahead and roll 1d6.
I'm trying to show off.
Yep, that's
My
fine.
new friend. I got 3.
3. So, you put on the hat.
Crown.
The crown, excuse me, the crown, all right? And
the head adornment.
and you can see it, but mostly in the reflection in the mirror behind the bar, there is a bit of a shimmer that kind of runs over you. All right? You're like, "Oh shit. What was that?"
So, I think the cat usually is out right now. So if we make a no, Phil, we're not gonna make a run for it. You're stupid. There's the owner right there. How are we able to have these thoughts that are this articulate? I don't know. I've never had thoughts before. This is scary.
Fellas, just concentrate. In the corner. And it takes you a bit, but you finally
hear the
identify
rats.
the 3 individuals that are talking.
The 3 rats are mine, right?
They're 3 rats. But
Okay.
then you hear another voice. "Oh, stupid sons of bitches. Let's go." And you
And
look
it's
over,
overhead, so-
and there is Bella's cat that is slipped out of her pocket and is coming around.
Son of a bitch, the double
And you're like,
agent.
I've heard him talk. That's not what he said. But you don't. Then you see that there is a black and white cat, and that is the one that you're actually hearing. You can't hear Bella's familiar.
Okay.
You're hearing a regular tabby cat that, or not tabby cat, but
ventrilocat.
no.
Oh.
This one is fey. It's not an animal.
Right, it's a fairy.
This-
This one is an actual cat.
This one is an actual cat.
Hey,
So,
careful, my people.
your baseline investigation check. What is your plus to investigation?
+3.
Plus 3?
Yeah.
Okay, so go ahead and roll d20.
176. The cat.
And do your
checkers
+6.
And put them right down on the side of you. Should have your pouch somewhere on the side.
The cat has
And if you don't, that's fine.
Um,
I got you.
Thank you.
You rolled a 20.
He got a natural 20.
We get to roll for each other, right?
Yeah. Well, the cat gets to roll.
So I got a 16.
16 total?
Yeah.
All right. So, it doesn't take much to piece together that by putting on this hat, you have, at least to your knowledge, the ability to speak with animals. You're not sure how long this is going to last.
Do I know that I can speak to them, or do I know I can just hear them?
It
'Cause
the
I haven't said anything to them that would indicate that I can communicate.
um correct. So we'll call it. It definitely allows you to listen to animals.
That's what the first thing I think I would pick up on.
Yep.
Sorry,
And you also
Easy, Dr. Doolittle.
yeah, I know.
all right. So, well, that's a mighty fine head adornment there. You is that like what is it?
So this was the town of the vermin. We just went into the sewers. took
Is
out-
it just me or does he pick it up on an accent? Just a little bit. All right. You Vermin King, huh?
Yep, we just took them down and were able to cure Fort Knox.
That is impressive, sir. Well done.
So who are you, and what can you tell us?
Well, I am the man who took on 2 arcane wraiths single-handedly. Traveled to 2 different planes of existence, helped to knit them back together, solve the greatest mystery that has ever cursed these lands, and came face to face with a real-life motherfucking dragon. We didn't fight it. We just talked to it. She talked us into some stuff. It turns out that that was my employer's mother. Had some difficulties with her brother. Dad was a psychopath, and you watch as drunks like drop something and kind of turns, but fumbles for a moment. Yeah. So I don't know how much you know about the Corvinarvis. Corvinarvis. It sounds like it was made up in 2020, but Corvinarvis. I can say it without this accent, but man, I am not a smart individual.
Corvinarvis.
Corvinaris, yes. That is, see, you didn't use the
You know
accent.
him.
It's easier. Yeah, you know him. Yeah. So Darius was the father. And what we were able to what's the word? Ascertain is by piecing together all the clues that we did that that was real shitty. Like he fucking lost it after his wife died. Everybody knew that, right? Everybody knew that he had really he checked out. That's when he turned over. That's when he had turned over. The running and management, and being the steward of Anthro. He was a real dick when he was doing. Kryn. Is it Kryn? Man, I wish one of the girls would stay here. They would have been able to tell you more, but he like retired. He went into like this. He went into he was into all kinds of crazy stuff. He tried to harm. You ever heard of planes of existence?
I know a little bit about it. Tell me more.
That's bullshit. Because you know what? Nobody knew anything about that stuff because there's only one plane of existence, and it's just this one, right? Like there's not wacky lands out in other places that you can go to and walk around. But I did. I went to a place that was real dark and shadowy, right? We called the Shadowland, right? And then there was like this land that looked like some 8-year-old girl had painted it, right? It's all flowery and stuff that's just crazy everywhere. Yes, you understand it to be, yep, uh, the Feywild and um, Shadowfell that he's talking about, right? Which would be the closest to the material plane and the easiest to be able to access. So yeah, this where he even got thoughts like this, that there was those kind of places, but he couldn't access the real deal, but he got like real close and he like broke through some stuff and then was trying to draw power from both of them. And it was like, you know how, the lightning in the wilds, it's constantly, people sometimes think it's going down, but it's actually like going up, because I don't really know how to explain the science stuff, but like you don't want to, touch a, a, a rod down on the ground and hold one up. And that's essentially what this guy was trying to do. And it, uh, but then his son was real mad at him for being a dick. And he wanted like the power, and he had like a fucking cunt of a wife that was like, you need to, man up, and you need to take over your dad's business. I mean, she was bad. And the wife knew that her son's wife was like bad news. Well, they were kind of racist though too. They didn't like elves. I don't know if that played a big part into it, but she was elvish, and they didn't really like that too much either, because how that. I mean, you know how you can be, right? You understand that. I don't want to like you understand. You. I don't know if you understand, but
Yeah.
drugs, you get it right. I ain't even continue, Rick. You are you continue. Well, so okay, all right. Where was I? All right, we got dad married to wonderful woman, son married to not a good lady who's kind of conniving, right? She wants the son to take over, right, fully, and so uh, she's like in his ear, like telling him all kinds of stuff. Wife finds out about this lady being like that, and uh, Kryn's
Who's the dad?
no, Kryn is the son of Darius. I wish I had like a board that was not black, but like it doesn't matter. I just had some ideas about different things that could work. But so we got the son, and we got, what was her name? We got this lady who's bad, right? Wife finds out about it, and then she poisons mom, but makes it look like it was just some type of weird disease. But what really drove Darius crazy was that he was once something. What was the word? A clicker. Uh, and Drunk speaks up and says a word that you haven't heard before. You have. Says he was a cleric. Yeah, he was a cleric. But he was cut off from any powers when, uh, and then so he rebuilt himself as a mage, a magi, but he could not figure out how to heal his wife, and she died. And then Darius found out that his children, Elisa or Elsith, Drunk speaks up, Elsith, Elsith, uh, and Kryn were conniving against him, and he decided that he was gonna, well, I mean, I don't know what goes through a dad's mind when he decides that he's going to kill his entire family, but that's what he was gonna do. He was gonna do the f around and find out with his son, when he found out that that to find out what he knew about his mama's death. And he confronted him at that party, celebration of life for his departed mother. Everybody came, people from all over, and challenged him, but he didn't realize. So what was going to happen was he was going to have the son kill him, and the son didn't know that he would port over into this other body, right? Because he had done all this wacky magic stuff, and that he would then, but he, in order to do this kind of magic, he had to draw on both of the. It was all it was crazy as hell, but then the son had like messed stuff up. So when he tried to do that, instead of transfer into that body and being able to duke it out with his kids, he instead just blew the whole freaking house up, and it split into 3 different dimensions, and we put it back together.
Ow.
I don't know. It was like there was like juniper berries in like mystic trees and bullshit. We had to like mostly I just kept the girl safe, and he pulls out that obnoxious pistol up there. And what's that? What'd you say? Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead and pull it down. So yeah, oh yeah. You want to see? Oh, this thing.
You do your own dirty work.
Oh, this thing right here. I call her Samantha because I mean, here's what's great about it. What's that?
It's a Nerf gun.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I don't think it's loaded right now. So this is actually my own design. All right. So you've seen muskets, right? We got those, right? But you only get one shot, and then you got to do all kinds of hookity wookity, right? But I wanted to be like bam, 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 right? So I had this idea that came into my head region, right? And I was like, okay, anybody can sculpt some metal, right? This is all metallurgy. Not this. This is like some type of cursed demon metal, but I'm not gonna do it right now because I don't want to hurt anybody, but it like lights up with like this hellfire flame. So it's pretty cool. But I attach it to the bottom of this so that way I can like stab people and bam, shoot them, right? It's real cool. But I had this design of like there's well, I don't want to talk about that. There's some stuff dwarves are doing up north. I was traveling through there. It's pretty special. But
Which dwarf?
What?
Which dwarf?
Like
the hill dwarves, mountain dwarves, Dur.
I'm talking about. I don't know about all that. I'm talking about Bracken Knack from Noble family. You know the Noble family? Obviously, you know.
Yeah. The Noble family. Work and work.
What happened to all the
You
people?
go ahead and roll a d20.
Sure.
And I recommend rolling it. What's your bonus
For
for?
charisma?
Yeah, for deception, because you're obviously talking out your ass right now.
Yeah. Oh, I got another one. We're good.
What do you got? What do you got?
Hold on. You said deception?
Yep.
I got a +2.
+2. It's not gonna work then. All right. He's like,
I got a 10.
it didn't matter. He has a +6 to insight. Not a smart man. He knows how to read somebody, and he rolled it at 20. But okay. So anyway, there we are, and so this kept explode. You can't make a metallurgy; it's too soft. But I realized that if I made this piece, just this piece, out of antimantium, which is super hard stuff, and only those noble boys really
I
know
thought Gork and
what they're
Mork
doing.
made that.
What's that?
I thought Gork and Mork made that.
That's the nobles. That's the noble brothers.
Right,
So
but you just said that you made the cylinder
I made it out of
adamantium.
metallurgy, and said I need this. I need this thing right here.
So you created the concept of it.
I created it in my head. Nobody's ever seen nothing like this. See, look at this.
But you didn't hammer it out.
What's harder, hammering it out or figuring it out? I'll tell you what, I can hammer a lot, but I can't figure it out much.
No, we got that.
Yeah, I mean that is the harder part. Do you agree? What's the harder part? Hammering it out or figuring it out?
Sometimes it's figuring it out.
Yeah, I mean any
Your ass. What's harder?
any
Banging it out or
I mean any dumbass can hammer something. But
Pretty much.
that is not
figure it out.
true.
That
Now, from based on our
Oh, wait,
previous
here.
conversation that
You want-
thankfully was not online.
I already
I think
checked it.
we've already established, yes, banging it out is easier. Figuring it out is a lot.
I
Mhm.
disagree
harder.
because you still have to understand the concept of it and get it correct. It's one thing to think it; it's another thing to actually pull it off.
Yeah, because I've been trying to
Well-
tell a story and I've been pretty much banging it out.
I can bang as
And
much
here
as
you are.
I can bang on things as much as I want if I wanted to, but I choose not to. I try to figure out the right.
Do you see how it keeps slipping into my accent every once in a while? It's hard.
It's
It's
hard.
hard not to.
It's hard not. This is
Yeah, I
figuring
wait,
this
wait.
out.
I have. Yeah, go ahead.
Wait,
was
are
pretty
you
damn
drunk now?
impressive.
I'm yeah. I've always been drunk, so I'm not like you that goes changing things. So I got.
I feel like you took a pot shot at me.
I wasn't taking a butt.
It's not loaded.
Yeah,
It's role play.
it's real nice, isn't it?
Pretend.
It is kind of nice.
Yeah.
Want to try?
No. I want that blood on my hand.
Hey, you think you could make me one of those to keep with me behind the bar? And
Be all bad.
so then he hands him his original pistol that he had. Yeah, that one's actually an upgrade. Yeah, I got my hopefully felony left it here. Oh yeah, here you go, dogs. See, this one here, and it's loaded. This one here, this one killed a lot of creepers, a lot of peoples down in the Shadowfell. But once I took out that little bastard kid from Kryn, what the heck was his name? Voldemort or something like that. He yeah, I took the metal that he had in his crossbow, and I fashioned myself a brand new little shooter like that, and a blade. So,
Is that a bastard from Kryn?
well, it was his wife, his kid, and that kind of situation is a difficult one for a lad to grow up in, and so he was one of those what did Felony always call him? Um, a psychopath. Yeah, he was not well. So I shot him. But to be fair, he shot Frank first. So Frank was the rat. He wore a little fedora. He was awfully cute. Talked a little bit like drunks. You fellas got any more questions?
I got
Yeah.
lots of questions,
Okay.
but
And
Yeah.
I was hoping you would because I got a few myself. So go ahead. I don't know why drunk suddenly became Bernie Sanders, but it happens. All right, go ahead.
Well, all right. So I want to know, like, what happened to all the people in the house?
Yeah, that was crazy. So some of them were, well, wait. I'll handle this one, drugs. Yeah. So some of these individuals, they were, they became like spirits and ghosts. Some of them wanted to dance us to death. Some of them were, one of them became a talking tree. There was a butler named Usk. He spelled it U-S-K. What's interesting is you make the connection that the commander of the Keepers of the Watch for Reno, his last name is Usk, spelled U-S-K. Drunks makes the same connection. You does he does he have a son named Trey? Oh, I never. I mean, I never met his son, so I don't know about all that. Yeah. So like, everybody had like shadow and fairy versions of each other in different in these different, like, they got split in half. Some of them were over here, some of them were over here, but Usk, he stayed the same. In he got split in two. Everybody else just got like split apart into the two into the two. We got most of them out. Had to kill Cran because he was a asshole. Killed his wife. Um, killed the kid. Talked, like, we transformed the Priscilla's mom back into a human ish thing, and but she sacrificed herself when we were fighting the brother, which is awful sad for Priscilla. But to be fair, she had thought that her mama had been dead for like 20 years. So I mean, like, win-win. Like, who thinks that they're gonna get like a second chance at that kind of stuff? I mean, it was pretty heart wrenching.
See any elves?
Um, well, just the the, the wife, but she wasn't like she had like horns and stuff down there. She wasn't really elvish anymore, but I knew she was elvish. But you know the Corvinarvis family, they don't really take too kindly to elves. Also, spoiler, I should have told you this earlier. Your dad is not elvish.
Oh, okay. What is my
He
dad?
human.
So I'm half elf.
How do you think you grow that great stash, man?
You're a full elf.
Okay. So he's not my real dad.
Oh God, did you just figure that out just now? I am so sorry. So, like, when an elf loves an elf very much, they make an elvish.
I understand that biology.
And yep.
You know how facial hair works.
But
You get it for me, Dad?
hey, wait, I want to tell you something. This life can be crazy. I've actually seen some pretty crazy stuff myself. I mean, you never know um how the world can work. So um we don't have full paternity tests, or no. I mean, that would be crazy. That would be some magic. But I mean, did was your mom elvish?
I believe so.
Yeah, that makes sense.
You know my mom really well.
She knew your dad. You know what I'm saying?
At least once.
I know what you're saying. That, all right. So, what other kind of questions you got for me?
Any questions?
Dude, you're on a daddy journey right now.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I got some questions. Why do you have? Did we bring you out, or what is? Because you know what, I actually teamed up with some fairies in order to kill what I thought was a demon, but it turned out she was just a hobgoblin that I got all real hobby. I mean, she was ugly as fuck. But
Lorraine!
nope, her name was not Lorraine. Her name was I don't know. I didn't really ask it too much. She went down pretty quick, but man, those little
That sounds like Lorraine.
drugs, little goblins, they can fight like the dickens sometimes. They weren't real. They weren't real. They were just the make believe kind of people. What? What's that? What? Oh my gosh! No, we don't need that. But you know, I mean, that's just mostly for remembering who's all at this party. Uh, um, Vela and um, Eliza are having a conversation over in the corner. Eliza's picking up a few tidbits, but is not as fully engaged. As you are. Oh, what are we doing here? That's weird. Go away. You reload like I told you, but this screen's not.
That helps,
It can be. Yeah, no, it helps. I'm sorry. I will
but it didn't happen.
do my best.
Quit judging.
I'm not judging him. I wasn't
This is
sure.
on
if he knows.
camera now.
I know.
You're on camera
I
judging
know.
him.
I said I didn't judge him.
Wow.
I'm judging you.
Is your subclass new subclass a judge?
I don't know what a
Maybe.
subclass is.
I have to figure that out.
All right.
I think I'm going Arcane Trickster for sure.
What the heck is an arcane trickster?
That's your mom.
The hell? You know Martha?
Mom's name is Martha too.
It's weird. Probably a bit of a whore.
No, my mom's name's Gwen Glitterpants.
No, it turns out, yeah, I put two and two together. It turns out, mom was the werewolf that I was searching for. The reason I put this gun together, if you see, I got some silver bullets in there, and yeah, I was planning on hunting down the person that killed part of my town, and I thought killed my mother. No, it turns out it was mom. Mom was that murderous, ravenous thing that had
Shot your pop.
faster than you can have the thought.
Your sister wasn't a werewolf?
The pistol that was being passed around is this far from your face. It doesn't do much though because you've never seen this thing go on. It could be just but it is a blade. As it gets closer to you, the blade itself, it smells like something that you would catch the whiffs of when you were walking in the desert. And that
Smells like what again?
Sulfur.
Oh, yeah.
Smells like farts.
Oh yeah. Sulfur is the worst fucking smell in the world.
but you understand the
Primaries,
layers
whatever.
of the layers, and it's one that pursued you and frightened you for a while.
We're still talking about the guy that like faced down a dragon and talked its way out, right? That's the guy that's holding the sword gun.
Yes, and he is
Smells like fart.
unflinching. Get
Easy,
my
youngin'.
mother's
Easy,
name
youngin'.
out of your mouth.
Never had your mother in my mouth. Now, not gonna speak for her, but I didn't mean to interrupt or insult you. But if we have to roll for initiative,
Nope, we don't. He's no longer in front of you. He's now behind you with the gun to the back of your head. In, again, the blink of an eye. You turn around.
why are you so salty?
Guys,
I was born salty. Born ready.
let's just all sit down.
And I shot out of my daddy's dick ready.
Let's just all sit down.
I can also shoot a ray of sickness.
Not behind you.
Let's just keep talking. Let's put our.
I'm just kidding. Go ahead. What you
our
got?
guns down.
This guy's funny. I like him.
He's growing on me. I'm still not sure. A friend of mine just disappeared, and this guy showed up. Still trying to figure that one out.
Walking through the wasteland. There was
I
a
missed
slit in the universe. I've been walking for I don't know how long. Of course, I'm gonna check that door, and I'm glad I did. You guys had your hands full. spiders and rat people and bunny people. Fuck that bunny up.
Drunks just has this look of like a couple tumblers falling into place. It's like, oh, all right. You fought bunny people? I ain't never had to find no bunny people.
The right amount of money. I'll tell you about the bunny.
How much you want?
I just need a place to stay and a good business partner.
Drunks is like, look, fellas. Oh, actually, I got something for you. The 3 rooms. Deal's the deal, and I don't do nothing for deals unless they're in paper with signatures. So if you can just complete the paperwork, you could spell out your name on there and
I would like to
make
read
your.
this document for me.
Yep. So you read it over. It says there's 3 spots for signing, and you have to print your name on the top, sign below, and
Do I
it is
think
for
is
a
that
room
like-
per
Okay.
for the next season,
Okay.
which is 6 years.
All right. I'm good with that. I'll sign it. I'm gonna
So
slide
you-
it over to.
yep.
What do we gotta do?
Yeah, well, you're the you've already done it. It was I
you-
first of all needed to find my sister-in-law and then to save a life.
Like, do I have to read more into this? Or
No,
okay.
it is
If I've read
very
it,
it is very cut and dry,
I'm well, I'm
and,
trusting
and
my
it
DM.
does have the ability to sublease. There's actually no. It specifically does not have the. You have to be the primary resident, or else it's if you're gone
can't
for if
sublease,
you're
yeah.
gone for more than 6 months,
I can't Airbnb this room.
you cannot Airbnb this room.
All right. I'm trusting my DM. There isn't some
Nope.
shenanigans going on with this. And it's
No, I
shenanigans.
He has a fart blade. There's always shenanigans with fart blades.
He doesn't.
They
have a
don't
fart
smell
blade.
like sulfur
The-
unless they're shenanigans.
Drunks.
It's a
doesn't-
fart blade.
Drunks
Uh,
doesn't. Drunks doesn't have
to
the
be
fart
to be
blade.
fair, this is a most unsavory piece of metal. It is.
Drunks isn't the one with the fart blade.
I would definitely do a fart blade. I will do if he's
So
if
I'm
he's
signing it and I'm passing it to Paige. So I'm assuming Paige signs it.
Yep.
Cat signs it. Cat just looks at it and it signs.
And so we're just want to wait and see if you're gonna sign it.
I got nothing else to do.
I reluctantly
I don't-
slide it over to you.
I don't need much.
Well, don't worry. These rooms ain't much. Drunks, no offense, but I can't believe if we weren't laying low, we wouldn't have taken these rooms. So you are in good hands, Mr. Monk.
Alright.
Right.
Styrian, Wayland, Wraithland.
Drunks
You
takes
just call me
Drunks takes back
Triple
the.
Dub.
He's like, I didn't actually get your name. How do you pronounce it?
Prioress.
So you said Darius was a. Actually, I have a suspicion. What do you see there? When you look at it, there is one of the highest gods in the pantheon of gods that you are accustomed to is Tyr, spelled Tyr. The name Tyrnas means servant of the Most High.
Dun dun dun.
Not that I know.
You pick. It's interesting. So
Would I know this if I speak Celestial?
So here's the interesting thing: is there are no gods in this world.
Okay.
Person that knows that most is Darius. He was a cleric of Tyr.
Okay.
And found himself completely cut off from his god. So imagine a cleric that is like a level 18 cleric that suddenly finds himself with no power.
Okay.
Not
Welcome to level 5 fighter.
A drop. Yeah. you go from master of the universe to I can hit you twice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that wait. Yeah. Sorry, I didn't know who was gonna talk there for a second. You go ahead. Yeah, I know. I heard that name. Yeah, Tia. That was what that's what Darius was ranting and raving about when. Well, I mean, not him. It was like a monster version of him, like that was because his body got all like the body that he was supposed to transform into turned into like freaking crazy monster boy.
Ever seen the
Drunks.
Society?
Yes, it is.
Movie. It's a goofy movie.
Oh no.
Of course it is.
It's great.
Could you draw what it is that that he looked like, and surprisingly well, Mr. Ricky Spanish draws out a form that looks familiar to you. The one labeled fear, I believe. No, one labeled lies. That is what he looked like. Yeah, he had like this guy had like two arms like spread out, and he was just. That is not what he looked like. I don't know what that is, but
That's Ricky Spanish.
holy shit!
All right, one that looks.
I saw that
me
once in down south. There was a donkey
has
show.
wings.
No, this one. I'll show you which one. This is the guy.
Faith, joy.
No.
I
This
thought
thing.
it looked like this.
This is kind of what he draws. Right
I feel like that's Faith.
that is.
Oh, that is live.
It's a little hard to see, but
Oh, that's
but it doesn't matter because I didn't know any of that stuff. All I know is that I don't know what kind of movies are you watching?
So good.
So anyway, yeah, he so that was real messed up. But we that was one of the last things we had to do. We destroyed his sanctum, and everything went back together. Says Drunks, recapping what it is that Ricky just said.
It happens.
Yep.
Sometimes the accents.
You know,
get lost.
I tell you, I can't tell if this guy's like
Wasted a natural. 20.
You've wasted 2 natural 20s tonight.
all right.
Shut your pie hole. That's what you can do.
Yeah.
Okay.
I will.
So out of character, so we don't have to go through it
Quite
too much.
anticlimactic.
Yeah.
Out of character, so we don't have to go through it too much. What I just lore dumped a entire module to you,
Yes.
and it was very confusing. So anytime that I will do my best to kind of write out a little bit of a synopsis under the
I think I'm following what
You're a
happened.
fucking demigod. That's what I want to know right now.
Might be. I don't know. That's why I'm gonna be an arcane trickster.
You can try your ass and figure out if you are. Sorry. Sorry,
I'm just happy to
we're
be a
out
part of
we're
it.
out of character.
I
right
know,
now.
no, we are totally out of character.
We're super out of character.
You're out of character.
You're out of character.
So that's where we're going to end tonight with the abomination that they fought looked like the thing in the journal that you found.
In the pile of crap.
And we will